A story we've been following for the last couple of weeks, parents struggling to feed their babies, and we've learned your local government is throwing out some baby formula as there's a nationwide crisis on our country shipping in formula from other countries.
And the president is invoking the Defense Production Act, often used in wartime to speed up production of formula. So why would our government be throwing it out? Well, let's take a look. The stress on moms and dads is tough to imagine, including Kaylah Rodney, who's concerned about her 5-month-old daughter, Alayha.
I can't breastfeed, I can't produce breast milk, so that's her only source of food.
Searching from store to store for baby formula, often finding empty shelves.
When you have a child, you basically think, all right, I'm going to be able to provide shelter, clothing, and food for my child. And when that is no longer a reality, it's terrifying.
While families are in crisis, local, state, and federal leaders are rushing to find solutions.
These families are in crisis mode right now, and it is a terrifying time on top of an already unprecedented era for us right now as parents. And it's a time where we need other people to care.
At a global level, shipments from other countries are starting to arrive in the U.S. Locally, parents and organizations are getting creative and working together.
So I'm offering for any mothers in the area to buy some formula in Canada and drive it down.
We come across a store that has it, we'll text each other in the group chat.
So why would government be throwing out baby formula? We learned this was happening in New York State and started to investigate. Here's what we found. The U.S. Department of Agriculture recommends local governments throw out returned formula. Each month, families who rely on the government for food can get formula through the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women, Infants, and Children, or WIC. But if their baby doesn't tolerate it and they bring the unused cans back to WIC, they can't be given to another family. Representatives from both the state and Onondaga County Health Departments tell us they follow that federal guidance to, quote, protect participants from potentially unsafe formula. A spokesperson for the Onondaga County Health Department says they toss out returned formula about 10 times per month. We obtained a copy of that policy, which says all formula brought back cannot be given to other WIC recipients or donated to other organizations or programs. The USDA says there's no way to tell whether the formula was stored properly or exposed to high temperatures. It could also be past its use-by date or tampered with. Now, I reached out to the USDA to find out if they plan to change their guidance in light of the nationwide formula shortage. The USDA tells me it does not plan to change its current policy due to those safety concerns we were telling you about. They will provide help to WIC state agencies looking for guidance on donating unused infant formula.
A massive shipment of baby formula from Europe landed in Indianapolis this weekend to help address a critical shortage. But will Central New Yorkers see any of that relief? And what can parents do if they're still struggling to find formula? CBS 5's Amanda Hall is with the Live Eye in Syracuse.
Brandon, the first shipment of this formula from overseas will not nearly be enough to help all the families in need of baby formula, but we did learn today that those who need specialized formula are receiving first priority.
For many, the news of baby formula on the way is keeping families hopeful.
I hope it takes off the stress. I believe we're going to get to the point where we're okay again. But I think sometimes the stress is the worst situation and it's making the entire situation worse.
Dr. Jane Charlam runs breast health and breastfeeding medicine program at SUNY Upstate. She says each baby and family are different, so discussing alternate options with a doctor is her first recommendation. Like many pediatrician offices having samples or community groups like Help Me Grow Onondaga, which help moms find formula.
The WHO has a list in order of priority for feeding infants in emergency situations, which unfortunately this is, believe it or not, right? And so the first choice would be mom's own milk. The second choice would be donated screened breast milk from another mom, then commercial formulas.
Dr. Charlam says she has seen on social media and other outlets families trying to make at-home formula, something she strongly discourages unless talking to a healthcare provider.
What we absolutely don't want families doing is making these homemade formulas. Those can be extremely dangerous, depending on how they're made. Sometimes there's too many ingredients that can be harmful to the baby's kidneys or the baby's liver. There can be lack of nutrients that can cause harm as well. So that's what we absolutely don't want to do.
And another shipment from overseas is expected to arrive here in the United States later this week. Now that will contain 1.5 million 8-ounce bottles of formula. White House officials say it should be a matter of weeks before store shelves seem to get more supplies.